up to the court, they better be aware of that. They scared of that. Of course, look at the ceiling. What up, Mr. Floyd? Yeah, Collinsville. And yeah, so glad to say that I'm a Kahok. I'm about to graduate. Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
White and purple, yeah, I know you see it. You see the chaos and you tell yourself you wanna be it. I go to see it, yes, so I am a champ. I ran this game so long, I'm starting to get a stomach cramp. Class of 1 2, but we're number 1. Shout out to all my juniors, yeah, you know we get it done. White and purple, you already know. It's little easy peasy and that boy lay low.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
I'm about my white and purple, Scarface and DJ Screw. We on the peak of the mountain, best at what we do. Yeah, we the champs, homie, but we ain't selling shoes. These boys bleeding purple, call us the chief and crew. They don't gotta do it big, cause I don't play with sports. I play my cards right, now we're good with report. When Dub 12 comes, it's time to roll off. I'm the back cause everybody rolling with me, K-Hawks.
Yeah, you know what it is.
All the freshmen, all the boys,
High school champions.
yeah, they know what it is.
All around my town, everything is
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
we shut it down for the school and the sports team.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
And a very good evening, everyone, as we welcome you to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium here on the campus of Collinsville High School. My name is Todd Duke. Glad that you're with us here on the Kahok Sports Network as we get you set for a little varsity basketball action, Southwestern Conference style, as the O'Fallon Panthers are in town to take on your Collinsville Kahawks. And again, a very good evening, everyone. I am Todd Duke, and we're glad that you're with us here on the Kahok Sports Network as we welcome you into the Cullip Jennings Florist pregame show. Cullip Jennings Florist, a staple in the Collinsville area for generations. Cullip Jennings Florist is located at 517 West Clay Street. They have weekly specials and all of the fixings that you come to enjoy from our famous local florist shop. Cullip Jennings Florist, 344-0404, or online at cullipjennings.com. First thing you'll notice is we have a different camera angle because we have finally figured out how to tap in to the huddle camera here in the gymnasium. And so, therefore, we have a little bit different view for you. I do not need a camera person, and the scoreboard is incorporated as well, so I no longer have to worry about keeping score also. So, straight into the nuts and bolts of the pregame show. Collinsville comes in 5-6. They are 3-6 in Southwestern Conference play. O'Fallon comes in at 3-6. They are 2-6 in Southwestern Conference play. Collinsville, of course, coached by Darren Lee. He's in his 12th year here at Collinsville High School, and as a Kahawk coach, has a 203 to 145 win-loss record. Brian Muniz is the coach of O'Fallon. He is in his 5th year, and he comes into this contest with a record of 66 and 63 overall. Last year, both of these coaches had their best year with these programs. Collinsville, 31-3 last year under Darren Lee, obviously his best year. And Brian Muniz, his team went 26-7 last year, his best year. The last time these two teams met last year was in the playoffs when Collinsville was ranked number 4, I believe, in the state, and O'Fallon came in ranked number 5, and we all kind of remember what happened in that contest, don't we? At any rate, Collinsville comes into this one with a overall scoring of 49.1 points per game. O'Fallon averaging about 47.6 points per game, so real close there. Defensively, they are exactly the same. Each team allowing an average of 48.3 points per game, so something will have to change on that end tonight. We could be in for a very close one, and it'll be entertaining nonetheless. Take our first break here on the Culp Jennings Florist pregame show. When we come back, we'll take a deeper look into the battle between these two teams, and we'll do that in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Culp Jennings Florist, a Collinsville original since 1939. Culp Jennings Florist has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all designs, from traditional to trend settings. Culp Jennings Florist is of course your place for beautiful flowers, suitable for any occasion. From anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings, Culp Jennings Florist is there for any life's major moments. Culp Jennings Florist, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online at culpjennings.com.
The people of Illinois welcome you. The folks in Collinsville, Illinois, well, they want you to stick around for a while and enjoy the sights, the fun, the food, and of course, the Collinsville Kahawks. The city of Collinsville is a proud supporter of the Collinsville Unit 10 School District. So welcome to Collinsville. Come on over, catch a Kahawks game, or enjoy some of the new places to eat, shop, and have fun. There's plenty to do for the young and the young at heart. Enjoy Christmas at the Collins House during the holidays, tunes that bloom in the warm summer months, and more. There's plenty to do in Collinsville, so come on over for a bit. The folks in Collinsville would love to see you. For more information, go to www.collinsville.org. Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, fish, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they still cater. Wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and much more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses as well as delicious sides. Cafe Agape in Collinsville is the only place to pick up a Kahawk sandwich or dog and the new Flamin' Kahawk sandwich. Cafe Agape, check them out at 703 St. Louis Road. Give them a call at 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233. And don't forget to tell them Stewie sent you. Collinsville High School alumni Stacy Lauenstein, CHS class of 91, Lisa Bassetto, Sarah Sulke, and Tracy Limp, CHS class of 94, Tony Geisen, CHS class of 96, and Kevin Robinson, CHS class of 99, want to wish all of our Kahawks a great year. We look forward to cheering you on and supporting you. Work hard on the court and the field, as well as in the classroom. Remember, once a Kahawk, always a Kahawk. Hashtag Kahawk Family.
Culp Jennings Florist, a Collinsville original since 1939. Culp Jennings Florist has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all designs, from traditional to trend settings. Culp Jennings Florist is of course your place for beautiful flowers, suitable for any occasion. From anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings, Culp Jennings Florist is there for any life's major moments. Culp Jennings Florist, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online at culpjennings.com.
And once again, we welcome you back into the Culp Jennings Florist pregame show here on the Kahawk Sports Network as we get you ready for this one between Collinsville and O'Fallon. Both teams were regional champions last year. Collinsville got their regional championship at Belleville East. They defeated Granite City 60-44, and then Belleville West 63-44. O'Fallon also regional champs last year. They did that at Edwardsville. They downed Alton 63-52 in the semifinal game, and then defeated Edwardsville in the championship game 48-42. But let's rewind a little bit farther than that. These two teams met last year in the Southwestern Conference schedule opener here at Collinsville High School. And that was on December the 6th, just coming home from their second straight Pyramid Plus championship at Carterville. O'Fallon had the game tied 50-50, and it was a hard, close game all night long when Kawan Smith and Rayshawn Taylor took care of things with this play right here.
10 seconds to go. Rayshawn across the timeline, dribbles,
drives, dumps it off in the corner. Kawan Smith for three, good! Kawan Smith hits a big three-pointer with 1.9 seconds to play here in this fourth quarter. Oh, baby! Actually, there was about 2.6 seconds that the referees put back on that clock after that shot by Mr. Skeet himself, and Collinsville clamped down the defense there to that final 2.6 seconds and did not allow O'Fallon to score, obviously, to try and tie it or anything. So that was a great, great game. I remember it well, and, of course, got the highlights there to remind me of it as well. So that's the way that things shook out in the first meeting of the year last year between these two. Now, Collinsville went over to O'Fallon and then lost. That was the first loss of the only 3 losses that Collinsville had last year was against O'Fallon. So O'Fallon got Collinsville back, and Collinsville, I think, lost 3 out of their next 6 games in that little stretch there before they went into the playoffs and rolled with another 5-game winning streak that got halted during COVID right after that win against O'Fallon. These two teams, by the way, met at O'Fallon earlier this year as well, back on the 13th of February. Collinsville won 49-40 to pick up head coach Darren Lee's 200th win as a Kahok head coach in that contest. Kahawks held the Panthers to single digits in quarters 1 and 3. Panthers scored 6 in the first, 7 in the second, 6 in the third, and Collinsville led 33-19 after 3 quarters of play. O'Fallon put up 21 points in the fourth quarter, outscored Collinsville 21-16, but Collinsville eventually hung on to win that game. Trey Swaggart led the way for the Kahawks with 11 points and 7 rebounds. Trey, by the way, named one of the athletes of the month here at Collinsville High School for the month of February. Nate Hull in that game had 10 points. O'Fallon had 27 fouls. The Kahawks attempted 33 free throws in that game. They hit 16 of them. And for O'Fallon, Deshaun Mosley and Chris Porter led the way for the Panthers. Each of them had 10 points, while Jalen Smith led the way with 9 rebounds. So you are caught up with what happened to these teams last year. We'll touch on a little bit of history as we go along in this contest, but we are going to take our final break here in this Cullip Jennings Flores pregame show. When we come back, we will pass the starting lineups to you, and that'll all come your way next on the Kahok Sports Network.
Cullip Jennings Flores, a Collinsville original since 1939. Cullip Jennings Flores has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all designs, from traditional to trend settings. Cullip Jennings Flores is of course your place for beautiful flowers, suitable for any occasion. From anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings, Cullip Jennings Flores is there for any life's major moments. Cullip Jennings Flores, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online at cullipjennings.com.
Lakeside Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside All-Star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today at 618-344-2800 in Collinsville or 314-241-5253 or online at lakesideroofing.com. Choose experience. Choose Lakeside.
All Pro Tees in Caseyville is your place for custom apparel and has been for over 20 years now. Why? All Pro Tees can handle any size project, big or small, and they specialize in large group orders. At All Pro Tees, quality is number 1 on their list of priorities, as is evident by their excellent customer service. Did we mention All Pro Tees has over 20 years of experience? They can even help with fundraisers and event merchandising for your group. So for all of your apparel needs, for civic groups, sports teams, business outings, or even a family reunion, your apparel needs stop at All Pro Tees. All Pro Tees in Caseyville, right across the street from Kahok Stadium. Online at allprotees.com or on Facebook at All Pro Tees. Or call All Pro Tees at 344-2200.
Extreme Details Vehicle Detailing in Collinsville, owned by former Kahok Jay Merkel. At Extreme Details, they believe in the value of community and in helping the community hold the value of their vehicles. A sharp-looking, clean ride that you and your community can be proud of. Extreme Details offers drop-off, pickup, and delivery service as well as a mobile service, whether that's a simple wash and wax or all the way up to a full detail job. No job is too big or too small for Extreme Details. Plus, Extreme Details offers scratch and oxidation removal and vacuums every vehicle regardless of what package you choose. Cars, trucks, boats, motorcycles, and more. Extreme Details in Collinsville, open 9 to 6 Monday through Friday, 9 to 5 on Saturday. Call Jay Merkel for an appointment at 301-6033 or 977-1224.
Everyone has those projects around the house that you just don't want to do. AW Outdoor Solutions can take care of that for you. Former Collinsville High School graduate Adam Welly owns AW Outdoor Solutions, and he and his crew can handle all of the dirty work around your home or business, whether that's tree trimming and maintenance, brush removal, power washing, gutter cleaning, and leaf raking and removal. AW Outdoor Solutions can handle that and much more. AW Outdoor Solutions is fully insured and offers free estimates on all of their work. AW Outdoor Solutions. Call Adam Welly at 314-252-8010 or on Facebook at AW Outdoor Solutions.
First National Bank of Waterloo, celebrating over 100 years of banking. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo, now with locations in Collinsville and Maryville, for your mortgage and lending needs. Why? Super low closing costs, low construction loan rates, and they do so much to support our local communities. When you need a loan, call Bill Metzger at First National Bank of Waterloo at 345-1121 or visit them with their new locations in Collinsville and Maryville or online at fnbwaterloo.com. First National Bank of Waterloo, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Call Up Jennings Florist, a Collinsville original since 1939. Call Up Jennings Florist has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all designs, from traditional to trend settings. Call Up Jennings Florist is of course your place for beautiful flowers, suitable for any occasion. From anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings, Call Up Jennings Florist is there for any life's major moments. Call Up Jennings Florist, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online at callupjennings.com.
Collinsville Kahok High School Marching Band providing us with today's national anthem. Nice to have them back in the gym. Nice to see the cheerleaders back in the gym as well. They are, you see where the referees are on the bottom of your screen? Yeah, right behind the referees are the cheerleaders. So that is where the camera's located, across the way from me. And here are your starters for the O'Fallon Panthers. We'll begin with Latrell Bonner, the 6'3" senior. Jalen Smith, a 6'3" sophomore. Deshaun Mosley, a 5'9" senior. Chris Porter, the 6' junior. And Kendall Walter, the 6'3" sophomore. We'll let Mr. Chad Burgess tell you about the Collinsville Kahawks lineup. How about that?
And now, the starting lineup for your Collinsville Kahawks. At a guard, a 5'10" senior, number 30, Caleb Ballinger. At another guard, a 6'1" junior, number 2, Travion Slager. At another guard, a 6'1" senior, number 20, Jackson Lee. At a forward, a 6'7" senior, number 0, Nate Hall. And in center, a 6'6" senior, number 40, Josh Chambers. The Kahawks are coached by Derek Lee, assisted by Eric Anderson.
And your starting lineup Mr. Chad Burgess does a fine job here on the microphone as the PA announcer for Collinsville. So O'Fallon, the visiting team, and they will be out there in their road navy blue uniforms. Got a little yellow trim. Numbers on the fronts and the backs are in that gold O'Fallon color, and the word O'Fallon written across the tops of their numbers on their jerseys. Collinsville, of course, they're in the home whites, and they are trimmed in purple. Numbers are in purple, and the word Kahawks written across the fronts of their jerseys. We're underway, and we welcome in Dr. Chris McCluskey on the other microphone. How are you, sir?
Hey, thanks, Todd. Thanks for having me. Just rolled in just in time out of the office, ready to join you for some exciting Kahawk hoops action.
O'Fallon with the ball first. Here is Walter, and he gets kind of stopped outside the lane, throws it all the way back out front for Smith. Smith over on that right side, drives all the way to the baseline, tries to back his way in. Nobody there. Tries to get rid of the ball to a teammate, but nothing but Collinsville Kahawks were there, and Collinsville forces a turnover by O'Fallon. Here are the Kahawks on their first offensive push. Here is Ballinger. Ballinger over on the far side gives to the February Basketball Athlete of the Month, Trey Swaggart.
Man, so proud of Trey. Just saw him today and told him how proud of him I was, and that knee's looking better and better every day, Todd.
Good. Missed the first shot, fell a little short, hit the rim. O'Fallon comes away with the rebound. Here's Walter once again. Over here to this side for Bonner. Bonner dribbles and drives in the paint, takes the shot off the glass, won't get it to go. Rebound belongs to Swaggart. Collinsville brings it back up. Here come the Kahawks. He almost carried that ball, did Swaggart. And now a charging foul going to be handed out against young Mr. Swaggart, and that'll give the ball back to O'Fallon.
Yeah, number 11, Mr. Deshaun Mosley, set up shop right beyond the block, and he kind of sniffed Trey out, and Trey plays a great energy, but just couldn't shut down the steam engine there, and the ball comes the other way for O'Fallon.
And there is Jalen Smith with it. The sophomore bounces it onto the top of the key, over onto the wing for Mosley. Mosley, baseline, gives it to Walter. His shot skips right across the rim. Rebound belongs to Nate Hall, still looking for our first score here in this game. We're almost 2 minutes in. Here is Swaggart to Hall with his new haircut. Gives to Chambers, back outside to Swaggart. Swaggart to the free throw line for Jackson Lee, back over to Nate Hall. Hall gets it inside again, gets it right back and drives, and there we go. First 2 points belong to Nate Hall.
Great move by Nate Hall. You know, I told him to get his haircut so he could see the hoop.
There you go.
I think it worked out for him.
Did you call him a hippie?
I call you a hippie, Todd.
Oh, yeah, I am, deep down inside. Here is Smith with the ball. He fires it out to the top of the key, and with it is Porter. Porter ditches it off all the way across the baseline into the far corner. Walter back out front to Smith. Smith just outside the lane and gives it back up to Walter. O'Fallon. Walter stops at the free throw line. Decides to back it up, gives to Smith. Smith drives off the glass and just past Chambers. And Jalen Smith gets his team on the board.
Good move by Smith. He just simply beat Chambers to the bucket. Nice kiss off the glass with the right hand. Here come the Kahawks.
Over to Chambers. Chambers outside the perimeter. He doesn't do that very often, but every once in a while you'll see him out there. Now back out to Lee, over to Ballinger. Ballinger spends most of his time outside the perimeter. Now to Chambers, and Chambers back out to Swaggart. Swaggart backs his way toward the scorer's table and gives it up to Lee on the right wing in front of the O'Fallon bench inside the paint. Chambers turn around, jump shot, can't get it to go. Rebound on the ground belongs to Nate Hall. Hall over in that far side corner. Ballinger was wide open, and he ducks in, and
that's a terrible call.
Another foul.
Todd.
2 charges in the first 3 minutes of the game.
The first charge was legit. That's a terrible call. Caleb Ballinger had the lane to the hoop. The O'Fallon defender stepped in front of him, was not set, and the referee simply missed that call.
Mask timeout on the floor. We'll step aside as well. Back in just a moment on the Kahawk Sports Network.
Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of Code 3 Spices, is first responder owned by proud Kahawk alums. Located at 302 East Main Street, Code 3 Barbecue Supply is your home for one-of-a-kind everything barbecue headquarters, providing the best American-made barbecue grills, smokers, rubs, sauces, accessories, and cooking expertise from professional barbecue experts. Code 3 Spices provides award-winning rubs and sauces and donates 25 cents a unit sold to first responder and military organizations to aid the fallen and assist with suicide prevention and PTSD awareness. Stop on by. See the guys at Code 3 Barbecue Supply for all of your cooking and grilling needs. Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of the Memphis in May first place world champion Patriot sauce. Learn more about their products and mission in giving back to those who serve at code3spices.com.
Back here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, Todd Duke and Dr. Chris McCluskey with you for this one between these two varsity clubs in the Southwestern Conference. A little bit of history. Well, two teams played each other in the very first boys basketball game in Collinsville High School history, November 15th, 1907. Collinsville lost by a robust score of 7-6.
Boy, that's a barn burner.
I'm telling you what, I don't know what was going on back in those early 1900s, but those were some low-scoring games, man.
There's a peach basket there shooting.
It sure was, yeah. The Cahoks would win the home game that year. That was on December the 28th at O'Fallon, but there was no score given for that game, but we just know that Collinsville won that contest. Back to action here in good old 2021. A dribble drive and a basket on a little baby hook shot by Jalen Smith, and O'Fallon out front 4-2.
That was Magic Johnson-esque by Mr. Smith. Nice little right-hander, and here comes Kyle Moore for the Cayhawks.
Moore into the game for the first time, gives to Jackson Lee, back to Moore in the corner. Now baseline, Jackson Lee snuck behind everybody but couldn't finish. Gets his own rebound, however. Kicks it back out. Hall for three. That one falls a little short. And Swaggart with the rebound. He puts it up. It still won't go in. And this time the rebound belongs to O'Fallon.
Yeah, Trey, I mean, gosh, he's already got, a couple boards. The first rebound he was responsible for. I love the energy he plays with. O'Fallon misses a shot. Here comes Moore again.
Oh, a baseball pass all the way up to Lee. Bounces it back to Moore. He'll try for three, and yes.
Man, he's got a beautiful left-handed shot right there on the wing. Nice dish by Mr. Jackson Lee. Kyle Moore for a Trey bucket.
3:45 left to play here in this opening quarter. 5-4. Collinsville with the 1-point lead. JV team won earlier today, 59-43. They are 12-0 on the year, are the JV boys.
Yeah, a little fun fact. My JV team back in Harrisburg, Illinois in 1995 went 18-0.
Nice.
I still say that was the best JV team ever to play in Harrisburg, and nobody remembers.
Yeah, because, it's JV. They don't even keep records for that stuff anywhere, man.
I know.
Kyle Moore picks up his first foul, third team foul. JV girls lost at O'Fallon by a score of 52-23. The varsity girls are playing right now, and they got a tough task ahead of them, man. O'Fallon girls are ranked number 13th in the state. Here is Smith, and he almost lost
Josh
the ball.
Chambers with a big rejection.
Oh, and Smith still turns it into 6. And now Coach Lee would like to call a timeout. 30-second timeout, they're yelling, so we'll step aside for 30 seconds as well. We're back in just a moment.
Drink
on the
it
Kahok
in.
Sports Network.
Powerful, vibrant, nutrient-rich fuel for healthy, active, experience-rich lives. Each ingredient chosen carefully, every blend crafted masterfully. Nurturing your passion, nourishing your purpose. So you can be your best self, live your best life, and rule the day.
.30 seconds has expired, and we are back. Hope everybody enjoyed that clip I played in the pregame show of Kawan Smith's three-pointer here at that very first game of the year last year in the Southwestern Conference, down there in that corner. And
boy, remember that?
That was
Everybody
fun.
thought Rayshon Taylor was going to take the shot,
Yep.
and he attracted traffic and dished to Mr. Skeet, and he gave us a W that night.
Yeah, sure did. And more than one occasion he gave us the W. Here's Moore for another three. That one skips off the rim. Rebound belongs to Nate Hall. And Hall gets trapped in the corner and then gets out of it with a little help from Chambers. Now back into the corner. Gets it out to Moore once again. One-hand pass over to Swaggart, who gives it up to Lee. Lee over on that left side wing. Inside, and a holding call against Dwayne Chapman Jr., I believe. Nope. Yeah, they're going to call that one again. Chapman.
Yeah, Chambers is getting hammered down there. Assaulted by two O'Fallon defenders, and certainly deserved the foul call from the ref.
Dwayne Chapman Jr., who is a sophomore, picks up his team's first foul. Out to Kyle Moore. Moore dribbles and one bounce over to Jackson Lee. A little floater pass that was meant to be into Chambers' hands while he was in midair just to bank it off the glass for two. Ends up going out of bounds. Collinsville turns the ball over for the second time here in this first quarter.
Well, and Chambers is under triple coverage. I mean, he literally had 3 guys on him. He didn't have a shot at that. Nobody hurt there. Here comes O'Fallon. Let's see if Collinsville can make a defensive stop.
Tajay Scott into the game for the first time. Here is Jalen Smith. He's got all of O'Fallon's 6 points on the board. Here is Smith. He hands the ball off. No room there for Chapman to move, so back to Smith it goes. Smith on that right wing, back inside for Chapman, trying to get around Chambers. Chambers will not let him in, and now we're going to have a travel. Chambers holding his ground over there, and Chapman had nowhere to go with it and moved his feet.
Great defense by Josh Chambers. He's playing really strong tonight, which I like. I mentioned earlier in the season that he's really lost weight, leaned up. He's a strong kid, and he could be a force to be reckoned with a little more aggression, and he's showing it tonight.
Swagger gets the ball up to Lee. Lee, top of the key for Kyle Moore, and into the paint for Nate Hall. Nate Hall, turn around, shot, and he's fouled. Nate Hall will head to the free throw line and become the first free throw shooter here in this game. Latrell Bonner, the 6'1 senior, picks up his first foul, his team's second. To the free throw line, Nate Hall. Hall is 16 of 25, or 64% from the charity stripe this year.
Well, he's got a clear view of the rim thanks to that haircut, so we should be good to go here. Watch this. What I tell you, huh? When you can see the hoop, you make buckets.
Yep, that is true. Kendall Walter checks back into the game for O'Fallon as Chapman to the bench.
I tell you, Chapman looks like he could be a Division I offensive tackle. That is a large human being.
Yeah, he's 6'4", probably right around, 210, 220, maybe, 190?
I bet he's every bit of 210 or 220. That's a large individual.
Hall makes both of his shots, and Collinsville back on defense, not anymore. Nice read by Chambers. He steals it. Gives to Hall. Hall gets mugged on his way to the basket.
Wow.
No call. Outside for Swaggart. Now for Lee. And a tip off of the rim. Won't fall in. And then there's Smith with the rebound for O'Fallon. That had a lot of action in it, that possession did.
Oh, my gosh. Nate Hall got hammered again, but he stayed strong and stayed in the game, and he's back on defense. So here we go, Collinsville defense.
Here is Scott. Drives it into the corner for Bonner for 3. Skips. Won't fall. And Collinsville picks up the rebound and the foul, as I think Kyle Moore got bum rushed from behind there.
Not every day you see Kyle Moore with a defensive rebound, but, man, he stayed strong there and was not going to give up the rock. And he earned Collinsville another possession, headed towards the east end of the gym to see if Collinsville can extend their lead.
Scott picks up his first foul. Now each team with 3. And here is Dayton Horace, the JVer. 5'10 junior coming into the varsity contest. Here's a nice give to Swaggart. Off the glass, good for 2 from Nate Hall.
Man, great dish by Nate Hall. Travion kisses it off the glass. Collinsville up 9-6. Here comes O'Fallon.
There's Mosley with it, and Mosley tries to thread the needle, but a foul coming up. Wasn't sure what they were going to call. Walter might have moved his feet as well, but only because he got bumped.
Yeah, I think it was an incidental contact, but contact is contact. Hey, look at there. We've got Matt Clark in the game, number 34, the big energetic junior. Love calling his name on the air.
Yeah, he had a pretty good JV game as well. JV, by the way, I told you that, right? 159-43. Yes, I did. Clark, 12 points in that JV win.
Oh, that's a big game for the junior.
Yeah, off the glass, won't fall, and there is Clark with a rebound.
Yeah, great defense, earns himself a defensive rebound. He's directing traffic coming down the floor. And here comes Collinsville.
Trey Swaggart skirts the midcourt stripe right in the Collinsville logo. Gives it up for Hall. 15 seconds left to play here in this first quarter. Hall bluffs his moves, gives it back to Swaggart. Swaggart, he dribbles over toward the far side sideline. Far side from my location. I know that's the near side on your TV screen, but I will be messed up if I try to get the reverse. Oh, yeah. Dayton Horace with a big three-pointer right at the buzzer, and that's the way that the first quarter comes to a close. Collinsville out to a 6-point lead. We take a break, and we're back in just a moment on the Kahok Sports
Auctions
Network.
in Collinsville, the newest in online auctioning. Go to ogleauctionshighbid.com. That's HIBid.com to check out what's up for bid in the next auction. Ogle Auctions deals with everyday items like board games, t-shirts, and more, to collectibles, whether that is a vehicle, vinyl records, or vintage toys. Or how about a trolley car? And Ogle Auctions is always on the lookout for more items. Check out their next online auction at ogleauctionshibid.com. That's ogleauctionshibid.com. Or call Kim Ogle today at 618-980-4530.
Your home is where you feel happy, safe, and secure. So if you see signs of foundation problems like cracks or uneven floors, worrying is natural, and getting it fixed is crucial. Woods Basement Systems understands. We've been solving foundation worries since 1986. Woods experts have the training and equipment to make permanent repairs. So stop worrying, because with Woods, it's fixed forever. Foundation problems don't get better with time, they get better with Woods, the all things basement-y experts. Call or go to woodsbasementsystems.com today.
Collinsville gets the ball first as we begin quarter number 2. Horace gives it up for Trey Swaggart. Swaggart at the free throw line into Nate Hall. Hall turns around, gets rid of his defender. Nice move by Nate Hall.
Hey, pulled out the old school step through. You don't see that much anymore, but Nate Hall did a little razzle-dazzle, puts Collinsville up 14-6.
Here are the Panthers over on the far side. Now back inside. That is Walter. Walter has that ball picked off by Trey Swaggart. Nice read by Swaggart.
Yeah, Collinsville playing with intensity and energy tonight. There's Trey Swaggart, 2 points.
Swaggart now with 4. He took that one away from the O'Fallon offensive player and took it all the way down himself. No help needed. Here is Smith. Smith to Walter. Walter back to Smith. Free throw line. Maybe one little too many moves, but they don't call anything, and Smith scores his 8th point. He's got all of the points for O'Fallon up on the board right now. Nobody came into the backcourt for the inbound pass. Horace was standing down there underneath the basket by himself.
So, looks like Collinsville might need to pull out the old boxing one. Reminds me of the Alton game when I forgot the gentleman's name, but he had the first several points for Alton.
Yeah.
And looks like O'Fallon's a one-man show right now.
Horace in the corner, gives it up for Hall. Back to Horace. He already hit a three-point shot, thought about it again, and this time he traveled before he could get the pass off. Collinsville's third turnover. Comes with 6:38 left to play here in this second quarter. 16-8, Collinsville with the lead.
Checking in the game for the Kahawks, number 21,
Nick Graff checks into the game.
Yeah, the senior Nick Graff, who really has a nice three-point shot. He plays inside and out really well. He's a smart basketball player and a great team player.
Here's Smith with the dribble drive. Gives it up now for Bonner. Bonner back to Smith in the corner. Smith cuts into the lane, has the ball taken right out of his hands, and it ends up into the hands of Kyle Moore. 6th turnover for O'Fallon. Here's Trey Swaggart. Swaggart on that far side corner, dribbles across the lane, takes the underhand shot, can't get it to go, gets his own rebound, tries to put it back up, swatted away, and this time O'Fallon comes away with the loose ball, and they kick it back out front for Bonner, and then Bonner over on the left wing, Bluff's going inside, picks up his dribble, now throws it on the far side for Smith. Smith out front. Ooh, that was almost thrown away.
That's a travel.
Mosley got his hand on it and shuffled his feet in the process, but they didn't call it. Here's
I think
Walter.
the referees have a date tonight or an important business meeting because they're letting these boys play, that's for sure.
Important business meeting is going to be my guess. No shot, referee says. You know, I mean, they're all older gentlemen. So they're probably married, I'm going to guess. You know, so not that you can't go out on a date with your wife.
Well, maybe they have an early bedtime. Maybe
Could be.
You know,
Could be.
Early to bed, early to rise.
That's right.
Now, they're doing a good job, and I don't mind, you know, them letting the boys play.
Nope.
Especially on a school night, that kind of thing. Let the boys hash it out themselves, right?
Nick Graff guilty of the foul and almost a turnover by O'Fallon. Here's a drive and dumped off, but, man, I don't know how that happened, but it went right back into the O'Fallon player's hands. Here's Walter. No room over there, so he fires it out to Scott. Scott dumps it off for Walter. Walter can't get it to fall in, and then the ball on the ground, blocked out by Chambers, and O'Fallon gets to keep it. That was a flurry of activity under the basket.
Action-packed possession. You know, unfortunately, Nick Graff gave up the baseline, which allowed O'Fallon to penetrate, which set all that up. Here comes O'Fallon on the half court.
Walter over on the far side, three-point shot coming. That one misses everything. And luckily for O'Fallon, they retain possession. Here comes another three-point shot. That one's in from Deshaun Mosley. He becomes the first player not named Jalen Smith to score some points.
Deshaun not going to miss twice. He looks like, and I'm not sure, but I have one of our athletes, Darius Mosley, played football at University of Illinois, and this young man looks just like him. I bet it's his little brother.
Could be. You never know. You have to find somebody to ask. Here's Chambers. Had the ball knocked out of his hands, and Trey Swaggart comes up with it. Dumps it off in the corner. Graff for three. Yes!
There's that sweet three-point shot I mentioned from the senior, Nick Graff. He cashes in for 3 points to extend Collinsville's lead, 19-11.
There is Jalen Smith. Smith over onto the far side now for Scott. Scott gives it up for Walter. And Walter drives into the paint, kicks it back out for Smith. Smith in the paint now, throws it back outside. Mosley just hit for three, and he hits another one.
Well, he's 2 for his last 3. I'd say we should put a hand in his face, huh?
Probably. All of a sudden, it's a 5-point game. Halfway through, quarter number 2.
Yeah, Mosley good for 6 points in the last 40 seconds, right?
Yeah. Graff gives it up to Horace, who gives it up for Moore for 3. That one's a little too strong. And the rebound belongs to O'Fallon on that 3-point shot. Here comes Bonner. Bonner at the free throw line, dumps it off underneath of the basket. Back out front it goes. Mosley for another 3. Oh, boy. I thought that one was going to go in. It looked good when it left his hand.
I'll tell you what, though, he traveled as well before he shot that basketball.
Collinsville picks up the rebound. Swaggart throws it over to Nick Graff. Graff into the perimeter, and then back out front we go for Horace. Dayton Horace. Back over to Graff. Graff. Ball over his head. Free throw line. Swaggart does the head fake. Spin move. Under the basket. Takes the shot. And he is fouled. And I believe that one's going to belong to Jalen Smith.
Finally drew the foul. Boy, I like the way he attacks the rim.
Not against Jalen Smith. Against Kendall Walter. His first, team 4th. And Swaggart at the line. But we have a mask timeout to take care of first. So we will step aside for just a moment as well. Back in a minute on the Kahok
Brady
Sports
Pest
Network.
and Termite Management in Caseyville. Brady Pest and Termite Management is your local pest control source. The Midwest offers its fair share of pest problems, and Brady Pest and Termite Management is up to the challenge. Whether it's pesky rodents in the cold winter months or ants, spiders, and other pests in the warm months, Brady Pest and Termite is your solution. And termites? Brady Pest is tops in the Metro East in termite management. Do you have unwanted pests? Then call the best. Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Call 343-1790 or on Facebook at Brady Pest and Termite. Pack Mail of Collinsville. Locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs. Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because, well, you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage. Visit Pack Mail at 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville. Online, WeShipSt.Louis.com or call Pack Mail at 346-4884.
Back here at Collinsville High School, I am Todd Duke, Dr. Chris McCluskey on the other microphone, and we're glad that you're spending a little time with us here on a Tuesday evening, the second day of March. We're almost into that warmer weather. It's been beautiful out the last couple of days. Supposed to be nice out all week.
Yeah, Todd, I'll tell you what, I told you earlier, I've got baseball on my brain, my man.
I hear you
Grass
there.
is starting to get a little green hue. The birds are singing.
Cardinal
Sun shining.
baseball.
Cardinal baseball coming. We've got Mr. Arenado, which I still am not sure how that happened.
I know.
But we'll take it.
Well,
right?
and we've already had 2 spring training games, and we haven't got a win or a loss. 2 ties, a 4-4 tie and a 0-0 tie today.
Yeah, I usually go down to camp every year. This year I didn't go just because of all the restrictions.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's just about reps, and the wins and losses really don't mean a thing. But
I know.
it is funny. It's interesting.
You'd be the people on Facebook are just like, oh, my God, I can't believe how bad we're playing. I'm like, dude, it's the second practice game of the year.
Those are non-baseball people.
Yeah,
Todd.
Swaggart missed the first one. He came in hitting 63.3% of his free throws. Second one is on the way, and that one's good. And Collinsville hits that 20-point mark, 6-point lead for the Kahawks with 3:19 left to play.
Yeah, Trey's going to get a little breather. Nate Hall, the senior, comes in for him. Collinsville sets up a man press this time.
And that is Smith trying to break it with Mosley, who gets it across the line to Bonner. Bonner moves up inside the left wing and off the glass, and nice 2 points there for Latrell Bonner.
Yeah, O'Fallon's getting outplayed tonight, but they're doing a good job of keeping the score close and keeping themselves in the game. So Collinsville is going to have to keep their foot on the long, skinny pedal on the right.
There is Bollinger. Bollinger into the corner for Graff. Graff comes out of the corner and top of the key, gives it up for Jackson Lee, the head coach's son. That is picked off out of midair by Scott. Scott comes in, can't get the shot to go. Jackson Lee got a little finger on the ball, but apparently got more finger on the skin than anything, and is called for his first foul.
You hate to give up a turnover, in the open court. That's frustrating, but kudos to Jackson for hustling down a court and not giving up an easy layup. He's going to make Mr. Bonner earn this from the charity stripe.
Tajay Scott, 5'10 senior at the free throw line. Hits the first one.
Or Mr. Scott, I apologize. I'm sorry I had the wrong number.
Scott coming in, having hit 5 of 9 free throws so far this year. Not very many free throws, so here comes number 11, and he hits both of them this go-around. And it's a 2-point game, 20-18, 2:40 left to play here in the first half. Bollinger brings it up across the timeline for Collinsville, while Coach Lee hollers at his boys, and they react. Here is the son of the coach, Jackson Lee, to Graff. Handoff back to Graff from Nate Hall for 3. That one's a little too strong. Hits that fat part of the iron, and O'Fallon pulls down the rebound. Panthers bring it up. Here's Mosley. Mosley dumps the ball off to Bonner. Bonner just shoves right into Caleb Bollinger, and Bonner's going to get called for a foul.
That's a good call. Player control / elbow. Darren Lee's over there coaching from the sidelines. My son plays freshman basketball, and he was just saying last night, it's amazing and incredible the basketball mind that Darren Lee has.
Oh, man, he is, knowledgeable beyond belief when it comes to this game.
The freshmen were playing, and Coach Lee was standing outside the locker room, and Cole said he just can't help but to analyze and instruct and coach, and he was really impressed by that.
Bet it's fun watching basketball on TV with Coach Lee. He'll pick that game apart, won't he?
No doubt about it.
Here's Bollinger for Collinsville. 2 minutes to play here in this first half, and Bollinger over to Swaggart. Swaggart back from his little water break and a little bit of a breather. Now over to Dayton Horace, who gets back to Swaggart. Swaggart tries to shove it up inside for Nate Hall, but Jalen Smith was all over his back, and Smith will get called for his first.
Yeah, Nate again showing some strength down in the paint, holding off number 4 Smith from O'Fallon, and he earned that foul. He created that.
Each team now with 6 fouls, as you can see on the very wisely placed scoreboard on the screen. Love that there's a scoreboard there, and I don't have to pay attention to it anymore.
Hey, we hired a new cameraman.
I know, I'm telling you. His name is Huddle.
His name is Mr. Roboto.
Mr. Roboto. Throw away by Collinsville, and they're throwing the ball away a little bit too much here in the last couple of minutes. Here is Scott. Scott takes it all the way over to the scorer's table and then hands the ball off to Mosley. Mosley back over onto the wing, and they're in the paint, and Chapman turn around, can't get it to go. Underneath the basket, Porter can't get it to go. 3-point shot, good for Mosley.
Yeah, Dayton Horace just got caught looking and didn't box his man out, and that resulted in 3 points for O'Fallon. I think that's their first lead of the evening, isn't it?
First lead of the night. A 1-pointer for the O'Fallon Panthers. Comes with just a little over a minute to go here in this first half. Here is Bollinger. That is 9 points for Mosley. 3-point shots, and there's the answer.
Hey, Caleb Bollinger says, heck with this. I'm just going to roll a step-back 3. You know what, though? He and Mosley patting each other coming down the court. Good sportsmanship, man. That's great to see.
Here is Smith. Smith had a little bit of an opening there on that left wing. Tried to go in, but then it got cut off. Now he's cut off by 3 Kahawks. Give it up to Mosley. Mosley's double-teamed on the baseline. Back out front, when there's double team somewhere, there's got to be somebody open, and that somebody was Scott. He launched a 3-pointer that missed everything except the backboard. Collinsville comes away with the rebound, and now here is Dayton Horace. 25 seconds left here in this first half. Over to Nate Hall, who gives to Swaggart. Swaggart back at the center court logo. Collinsville playing for the last shot. 15 seconds left here in this first half. Over to Bollinger. Bollinger out to Hall.
Here we go.
Back to Bollinger. Back to Hall. 5 seconds. Back to Hall. Hall from 3-point land, NBA style.
Hey,
whoa!
Baby, I think that was was from almost the free throw or the volleyball line.
That was from Caseyville, man. What are you talking about? That was from Caseyville. That's the way that the first half comes to a close, 26-21. Didn't we just say that O'Fallon had a 1-point lead?
We did a couple seconds ago. Nate Hall took care of that.
Not anymore. Collinsville has that lead back up to 5 as we have hit halftime. We will take a break. We'll crunch all the numbers for you and bring you the first half numbers in just a moment on the Kahok
Hi, Purple
Sports
and White
Network.
fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of Kahok Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go Kahawks.
Just because you can cut your own hair doesn't mean you should. The Shop, a great place in Collinsville for men and boys haircuts, is where you should take your hair. The Shop is owned and operated by Collinsville High School graduates Danny Kress and Jody Neiman and is located at 103 South Seminary Street in Uptown Collinsville. The Shop isn't just another place to get a haircut, as Danny and Jody take great joy in getting to know their clients and look forward to turning those clients into friends. When you sit in a stylish chair at the Shop, Jody and Danny pride themselves on getting to know you well enough to say, the usual? So, men and boys, if you're tired of the same old cookie-cutter approach to haircuts, check out Danny and Jody at the Shop. You may just walk out with not only a fantastic cut, but you may also walk out with a friend. Or two. The Shop in Collinsville, 618-772-7175. No appointment necessary. The Shop, 103 South Seminary in Uptown Collinsville. Are the lights on your dashboard putting on a show? Bring it to Mike's Automotive in Collinsville. Mike's Automotive is also a T3 certified tire center. They can handle all of the basics like oil changes and tune-ups and the not-so-basics like complete engine rebuilds. Mike's Automotive also has 24-hour towing and has 3 locations, Millstadt, St. Louis, and in Collinsville. The Collinsville location is at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call 345-0611, online at mikesautomotive.net and Mike's Automotive on Facebook.
Plumbing or electrical problems? Is your AC or heater on the fritz? There are dozens of companies out there, but do you really know who you're letting in your home? Trust Tiger. Our technicians are clean-cut, drug-free, and background-checked. What other company can make this bold statement? Our 24-hour emergency service will ensure your plumbing, heating, AC, and electric are up and running no matter what time of day it is. Schedule your appointment today. Tiger Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electrical Services. We earn our stripes every day.
Do you have a big land improvement project that requires some outside help? Call Petroff Trucking Company. The Petroff Companies have been shaping the metro area since 1975. Family owned and operated, Petroff Trucking Company can do the job and do it right. Hauling, excavating, and grading, they do that and more. Petroff Companies also has roll-off dumpster rentals. They also specialize in dirt and rock sales. Petroff Trucking Company can help you develop your land for your needs. Petroff Trucking Company. Check out their website, petrofftrucking.com, or give them a call, 618-797-6100. Petroff Trucking Company, shaping the metro area since 1975.
Once again, we welcome you back to Collinsville High School here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. We are at halftime of this varsity contest between Collinsville and O'Fallon. Right now, Collinsville with a 5-point lead. Kahawks had a 6-point lead after one quarter of play when it was 12-6. O'Fallon outscoring Collinsville in that second quarter, 15-14. So the Panthers shaved 1 point off of that first quarter lead, and they actually took a lead, did O'Fallon, with about a minute left to go, and then Collinsville rattled off 6 more points before that, and that's why we stand where we do, 26-21. Leading scorer in this one, well, that's shared, one by each team, so we'll begin with O'Fallon. Deshaun Mosley leads his team with 9 points, 8 points for Jalen Smith, and then Latrell Bonner and Taj Scott have 2 points apiece. That 9 points for Mosley, by the way, all off of 3-point plays. That 9 points is matched by Nate Hall's 9 points for Collinsville. After that, Trey Swaggart with 5. And then the rest of these gentlemen all have 3-pointers, and that's all they have is the 3 points in the first half. That would be Caleb Ballinger, Kyle Moore, Nick Graff, and Dayton Horace, all of them with 3-point buckets. The rest of the numbers look like this. Collinsville out rebounding O'Fallon 12-9. Each team has turned the ball over 6 times. And at the free throw line, Collinsville has gone 3 of 4, while O'Fallon has hit both of their free throws and have gone 2 for 2 in the first half. We mentioned a lot of those 3-point shots. Collinsville has hit 4 of 9, while O'Fallon has hit 3 of 7. And again, all 3 of those 3-pointers have come from Deshaun Mosley. So that's where we stand right now. We'll remind you that the JV team won here earlier, 59-43. JV boys now 12-0 on the year. JV girls at O'Fallon lost earlier today, 52-23. And I just got a text message. So O'Fallon ranked number 13 on the varsity side of things. They are taking care of your varsity Kahawks right now at halftime, 31-16 in favor of O'Fallon. Thank you, Mr. Chris Kettler, for updating me on that score. So that's where we stand right now. Close game, 26-21. Don't go anywhere. We have third quarter action coming your way next on the Kahok
The Junior
Sports
Service Club of Collinsville has been a proud supporter of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network from day one. Since 1934, the Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been providing women in the community an opportunity to make a difference with fundraisers and projects, all that go towards helping the needy in Collinsville. If you would like any information on any event sponsored by the Collinsville Junior Service Club, head to Facebook, type in Collinsville Junior Service Club, and then click on the event tab. We thank the Collinsville Junior Service Club for their continued support of the Kahok Sports Network and KahokSports.com.
Pace Design and Construction in Maryville. Whether building a new home, making an addition to the home you currently own, or finally getting around to that remodeling job you've been putting off, Pace Design and Construction in Maryville can help. Pace Design and Construction is a building and remodeling contractor you can trust. They provide the highest quality, they are dedicated to their customers, and are committed to completing your project on time and within budget. Pace Design and Construction in Maryville. Give them a call at 618-407-5466, online at pacedesignconstruct.com, or on Facebook at Pace Construction Design.
The Collinsville Education Association is a proud supporter of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network. The CEA is your partner as they work to ensure quality education for our children. The CEA advocates excellence and equity in public education and represent over 400 educators in 11 schools in both Madison and St. Clair counties. For more information, you can visit the Collinsville Education Association's Facebook page or the CEA's website at collinsvillecea.org.
Collinsville High School alumni Stacy Lauenstein, CHS class of 91, Lisa Bassetto, Sarah Sulke, and Tracy Limp, CHS class of 94, Tony Geisen, CHS class of 96, and Kevin Robinson, CHS class of 99, want to wish all of our Kahawks a great year. We look forward to cheering you on and supporting you. Work hard on the court and the field, as well as in the classroom. Remember, once a Kahawk, always a Kahawk. Hashtag Kahawk Family. The people of Illinois welcome you. The folks in Collinsville, Illinois, well, they want you to stick around for a while and enjoy the sights, the fun, the food, and of course, the Collinsville Kahawks. The city of Collinsville is a proud supporter of the Collinsville Unit 10 School District. So welcome to Collinsville. Come on over, catch a Kahawks game, or enjoy some of the new places to eat, shop, and have fun. There's plenty to do for the young and the young at heart. Enjoy Christmas at the Collins House during the holidays, tunes that bloom in the warm summer months, and more. There's plenty to do in Collinsville, so come on over for a bit. The folks in Collinsville would love to see you. For more information, go to www.collinsville.org.
Back here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, Todd Duke, Dr. Chris McCleskey along with you. We are almost ready for quarter number 2 here in this varsity matchup. Let's take a little bit of a longer look at the history between these two teams. Very, very close rivalry between Collinsville and O'Fallon. Right now, the all-time record held by Collinsville, 51-49. How about that? So just 2 games separates these 2 teams all-time. Playoffs, Collinsville holding a slight edge there as well, 5-4. The first playoff meeting between these 2 teams was in 1940. Collinsville lost the regional game 41-29. 36 years before the 2 teams would meet in the playoffs again. 1976 is when they would meet again. Collinsville won in the regional semifinal at Belleville East against O'Fallon before they ended up losing. They won the game against O'Fallon 84-41, so really put a whooping on O'Fallon before they ended up losing a 1-point game in the regional championship game in that 1976 year, 64-33. Coach Lee, by the way, he is 11-16 overall against O'Fallon, 9-14 in the regular season, and 2-2 in the playoffs. Obviously, win number 2 came last year. We are underway in the second half. O'Fallon has the ball as they trail by 5 points, and here is Deshaun Mosley over into the far side for Smith. Smith skirts that sideline over there and tries to get around Swaggart. Swaggart keeping his shadow close. Here is Latrell Bonner after the pass. Bonner bounces it at the free throw line for Walter. Back to Smith. Smith in front of the free throw line, takes the shot, falls off the glass, and the rebound then knocked out of bounds by Collinsville, and O'Fallon will get to keep the ball.
Yeah, sorry I was late getting back. It's crazy times we live in. I was Facebook living a video message, the band, so some of the kids' parents could actually watch them play.
Yeah, I hear you.
It's incredible. The poor mom had tears in her eyes, but at least she got to see her boy play.
Yeah, that's the one drawback from using the huddle camera is I can't swing my camera around and focus on other things going on in the gym. Here is O'Fallon, underhand fingertip roll, won't fall for Bonner. Collinsville comes away with the loose rock, and here comes Bollinger up to Lee. Lee right in front of Dad Darren, gives it up. And out front we go. Here is Bollinger. Bollinger, right-hand dribble, gives it up to Jackson Lee on the right side wing. Now out front for Nate Hall. Hall, one dribble with the left hand, gives it up to Bollinger. Bollinger on the left wing, just outside the lane for Chambers. Chambers gives it back to Hall. Hall, left wing, stares things down.
Yeah, Collinsville's taking a little more of a relaxed approach, it seems like, as they come out in the third quarter.
Yeah, Hall stepped out of bounds trying to drive that baseline. Collinsville turns the ball over for the 7th time, first time here in this half. Comes with 6:42 left to play here in this third quarter, just underway here in the second half. 26-21 in favor of Collinsville. Here is Mosley. Mosley being watched by Ballinger. Mosley over on the far side now for Bonner. Bonner works it outside the lane for Walter. Walter trying to back his way in through Chambers. Chambers not giving up his room. And back out it goes to Bonner. Bonner, three-point shot, and that's a foul by Jackson Lee, but
wow.
Yeah.
That was clean as a whistle. After the block shot, Jackson's hand barely touches the O'Fallon shooter, had nothing to do with the shot.
Jackson Lee knew that was going to be a turnover. He was already halfway back up the court when the whistle blew.
That's a terrible call.
His second foul.
Incredible.
Yeah, Coach Lee is letting the referee have it, too. That's for sure.
He's giving him the business, and Darren Lee's right. If I was a referee, I'd just turn around and walk away and just accept that you missed one. I mean, we're all human, which is fine. But, it happens. But don't argue about it.
Chris Porter missed one, hit the other one. Porter came in 75%, and it was late.
Here it says, and that's the whole point.
Yeah.
The foul had nothing to do with the shot.
I guess they're going to give him a redo on that second one. So,
if anything, it should have been a ball out on the side of the court on a foul after the shot. But, again, bygones are bygones. Here we are, Collinsville up 26-23 with the basketball.
Ballinger to the free throw line for Hall. Hall gives it up for Trey Swaggart. Swaggart from about 10 feet out, no good. And the rebound belongs to O'Fallon. Panthers bring it up, trailing by 3. Here is the inside pass to Walter. He gives it back up, back outside. Bonner for 3. That's short. Ball tipped around for a while, picked up by Walter. Walter gives it back outside. Now a fly through the lane there by Bonner, and somehow Collinsville, I think that ball rolled down Trey Swaggart's back and right into Nate Hall's hands.
Little hot potato, baby.
Yeah. Kahawks with it. Bollinger over to Nate Hall on the right side. Right wing. Into the corner now for Bollinger. to Zach Chambers. A handoff to Bollinger, using Chambers as a screen. Underhand, and gets
baby.
Nice kiss off the rim, and 2 points for Bollinger.
doubt.
He now has 5.
That was as soft as Charmin, as they say, Todd.
It's pretty soft stuff there. Here's Mosley. Mosley on the left wing, thought about that 3. Instead, kicks it back out to Walter. Kendall Walter now back over to Bonner, who gives it back up for Smith. Smith drives behind the back dribble. Nice move off the glass. Good for 2.
Man, that was a big league move behind the back to the left side, kiss off the glass. He and Trey Swaggart are playing what we used to call a little hands action there coming down the court.
A little patty cake?
A little patty cake. You got it.
Here's Nate Hall. Hall with a nice spin move to get around the Mosley, who was charging in for the steal. And Swaggart with the ball has too many arms in front of him to put the ball up, and one of those guys is going to be called, and I believe that is going to be the 6'3" senior Kendall Walter.
Yeah, you know, one thing I've been impressed with the senior Nate Hall is how much better he's handling the basketball this year. I mean, that was a quick guard-esque spin move to avoid the turnover. Nice ball handling by the senior Hall.
Mask timeout called, so we will take a mask timeout as well, and we're back in just a moment here on the Kahok
Looking for a
Sports
little
Network.
bite to eat in a nice, friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for Kahawk fans, before, after, or even during Kahawk games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food, like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus, they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows Kahawk games live, as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carry-out orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, Kahawk fans' pub of choice.
Back at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, Todd Duke, Dr. Chris McCluskey along with you. 28-25 is our score. Oh, just a little bit less than halfway through quarter number 3. These two teams, by the way, Collinsville coming off back-to-back losses to Belleville West and East St. Louis, while O'Fallon comes into this game having beat Alton. And they've beaten Alton twice this year. The O'Fallon Panthers have 3 wins. 2 of them are against Alton, and the other one is against Madison. And we have that victory in common over Madison.
Apparently, O'Fallon just about beat Eastside recently, is what Trey was telling me, which sort of surprised me.
Well, they lost at East St. Louis 64-58 earlier. Looks like they only play East St. Louis once, according to their schedule. Swaggart, it's the first one. Trevion went 1 for 2 from the free throw line in the first half. Hits his first one here, and the second one also. So 3 for 4 for Trey Swaggart. Collinsville back to a 5-point lead, 30-25. 4.5 minutes to play here in this third quarter. And here comes Mosley for O'Fallon. On the left side, trying a little alley-oop to Bonner, and Bonner couldn't connect initially, but stays with it and uses the glass and gives himself another 2 points, and O'Fallon is within 3.
Yeah, pretty cool. I see Danielle, Horace, Nick, and Dayton's mother in the crowd, and as Trey makes the free throw, she's holding up a big, giant, fat head of Trey.
Yeah, they got all
supporting the young man. That's
all
really
the fat
cool.
heads on the other side of the court from us. Here's Swaggart into the corner for Nate Hall. Hall gives it up to Chambers, and Chambers backwards now. Out front for Bollinger, to Lee, to Swaggart. Swaggart makes his move, baseline, drive, and he's fouled. That's why the ball never connected. What?
Correction, no basket.
No, I was going to say.
Panthers fouls on number 4.
Jalen Smith picks up his second foul. I think maybe the deer sausage is getting to him over there. Swaggart back to the free throw line, misses.
I went down to see if Chad had tried the deer sausage.
It's gone.
I found an empty baggie. He said, Dr. Chris, when I get started, I can't stop, baby.
Yeah, and then he started walking behind me as I'm going into commercial break, and I'm like, don't you touch my deer sausage.
Right. That's courtesy of Mr. Cole McCluskey. Got his first buck this deer season.
Nicely done, young man. And here is Swagger trying to connect on one of two. He missed the first one. Here's the second one, and that one is smooth as silk. 31-27. 3:45 left to play here in the third. O'Fallon brings the ball up. Here is Deshaun Mosley. Mosley onto the far side for Smith. Smith on the left wing, now back out front for Scott. And to the free throw line it goes for Chapman. And then back out front once again for Porter. Porter hands the ball off for Mosley. Mosley, his three-point shot was way off the mark. That one landed right into the hands of Travion Swaggart over there on the far side without touching anything. Now Hall over to Dayton Horace. Horace over to Swaggart. Swaggart on the left wing. Top of the key now for Kyle Moore. Moore gives it to Hall, and Hall in the perimeter. Bluffs it, drives. Not a lot of room. Off the glass, couldn't get it to fall, and the rebound ends up into the hands of Chris Porter for O'Fallon. He brings it up right in front of his head coach, Brian Muniz, and a three-point shot rattles and then pops out right into the hands of Trey Swaggart. Collinsville Swaggart brings it up. He tries a little 4-foot shot that won't quite make it all the way up there, and this rebound belongs to O'Fallon. Panthers bring it up with Jalen Smith in control. Smith over on the left wing. Backs up toward that far side sideline. 2:35 left to play here in the third. Into the free throw area, and he throws the ball away.
Yeah, a little miscommunication with Mr. Mosley, and the ball ends up on the O'Fallon bench. It's going to be a turnover. Collinsville is going to bring the ball up. Looks like the senior Nate Hall will inbound to the junior Dayton Horace.
Travion Swaggart got that long wingspan of an arm in there to, I think, mess up the path of that ball that ends up being thrown away. So nice job there by the Kahok junior, and now Collinsville turns the ball right back over. Back up court we go, and here is Bonner into the corner. And a dribble drive, shot high off the glass. Jeremiah Tate into the game for the first time for O'Fallon. Picks up his first 2 points. He played in the JV game earlier.
Yeah, he's making his presence known, that's for sure.
2 minutes to go here in quarter number 3. Swaggart over to Hall. Back to Swaggart, over to Horace, and now onto the left wing for Moore. Back out to the top of the key. Swaggart hands it off to Nate Hall, and a pass for Kyle Moore for three. That one just a little strong. Hit the inside of the rim and came right back out almost to where it came from, but not quite far enough as O'Fallon picks up the ball and brings it back down court. Panthers looking to tie or take the lead again, and this time it's a miss, and the rebound belongs to Nate Hall. Hall brings it up court as we just have under 90 seconds to play here in the third. On the wing again to Moore. Top of the key for Swaggart. Underhand pass to Horace from the free throw line. Bluffed the shot and gives it up to Nate Hall. Hall, around the horn we go. Swaggart drives baseline off glass and good for two.
How is there not a foul on that call? He gets pushed to the floor. What a strong move by Swaggart. Again, I guess they're letting him play, so we're just going to have to earn it and be strong.
60 seconds to go here in this third quarter. Dribble drive by Porter. And a foul coming up. This one looks like it's going to go against Chambers or Moore. Both
Probably
of them were down there.
The senior Moore because he got beat to the bucket. That's a big bucket by Trey Swaggart. You know, here at the end of the third period, you're only up 2 points. Now all of a sudden you're up 4 points. If we can get a stop, come down and score for the last shot, now it's a 6-point game. That's a big bucket.
Jackson Lee checks back in. Swaggart to the bench for a breather. And the inbound pass coming underneath of the basket by Porter. Inbounds, and then around we go, and Jeremiah Tate back over this way now for Porter. Inside for Walter. Head fake and kicks it back outside. Dribble drive, and not a lot of room there on the baseline for Scott, so he gives it back up to Walter. Walter high off the glass, gets his own rebound and puts it back in.
It's hard to understand how an offensive guy being defended can achieve his own rebound. However, I don't think basketball players know the term boxing out these days. That drives me nuts with our guys, but I guess that's just how the game's evolved.
Foreign language, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe.
Language barrier?
Coach Andrews was in the office today, and he mentioned the same thing. He said something about boxing out, and I said, buddy, they don't know what that is.
Here's Moore. Hands the ball off to Jackson Lee. Down to 10 seconds to play. Lee all the way out at midcourt, and a timeout called. by Collinsville
Wise
head
timeout
coach
by Coach Lee. We're 7 seconds left and had nothing going.
Well, Darren Lee calls a timeout with 7 seconds left. We'll keep it right here for this one.
Well, that gives him a chance to get Swagger back in the game, too.
Yeah. We are back in this gymnasium 2 days from now. That'll be Thursday, and that'll be senior night. Granite City comes to town. Again, we'll have the JV game at 6 o'clock and the varsity to follow at 7:30, somewhere around there. And then we'll be back in here Saturday, which will be the Lady Kahawks' final game played in this gymnasium in this year. Weird season, no playoffs.
Right, strange.
Yeah, it is. I mean, because we're in the March now. We should be into playoff season.
Yeah, let the kids get some reps, and hopefully between this year and next year we'll lose the masks and bring back a crowd and get back to business.
Yeah,
I just saw that Texas lifted their restrictions and mask mandates and things are getting back to normal, which is the way that it should be.
Open up 100%, they said. Everybody open back up now.
Let's go.
Well, we also got news. The J&J vaccine got approved over the weekend, and a big thing that President Biden announced earlier today was Merck was going to help produce some of those. So,
well, what's interesting is the J&J vaccine is actually a vaccine.
Yes.
The ones that have been rolled out so far are genetic devices that cause spike proteins. They're not even really vaccines. I don't know why they call them that, but I digress. Let's get back to basketball, huh?
After a break, we will head to the fourth quarter of basketball in just a moment
The
here on
Times
the Kahawk
Tribune,
Sports Network.
Madison County's longest-running leading independent newspaper. The Times Tribune covers Troy, Collinsville, Maryville, and all the villages and communities of Madison County. From area city halls to sports, including the Collinsville Kahawks and Unit 10 District News. The Times Tribune covers that and more. The Times Tribune is a weekly hometown newspaper published every Thursday, and a one-year subscription is only $40 for the printed and online editions. For more information, call the Times Tribune at 618-667-3111, online at timestribunenews.com, or follow them on Facebook at Times Tribune. Looking to buy a new home or sell your current home? Trust the Blaylock Group of eXp Realty with all of your real estate needs. The real estate market is hot right now, and you can trust the years of experience the Blaylock Group brings to the table. The Blaylock Group can help you find your dream home, or they can help you get top dollar for your current home. Give Peyton or Emily Blaylock a call today at the Blaylock Group of eXp Realty, 618-780-4622. That's 618-780-4622. The Blaylock Group of eXp Realty.
Dayton Horace tried the reverse layup, and Fallon picks off the rebound afterwards, and now the Panthers have the ball on offense. Here is Porter, little baseline shot from about 8 feet out, won't go. And then the rebound. Oh, what a nice save by Swagger. That was a late whistle. I thought Swagger saved that one from going out of bounds, and as Swagger was halfway out of the defensive zone, the referee blows his whistle.
Boy, he was so slow to that. It was almost like me after I ate that big pasta dish up at Bella Milano in Edwardsville. I was running a little slow. Maybe he ate some pasta before the game, huh?
Could be. Could be. Here's Smith underneath the basket. Wide open was Bonner. And
that ties
Smith,
the ball game up, 33-33.
Smith threw a rocket of a pass in there. Bonner didn't miss it and took it off the glass. We are knotted at 33. Just a minute gone, or almost a minute gone here in quarter four. Nate Hall turns around and off the glass for two. And Hall now into double-digit points. He has 11.
Yeah, Nate Hall playing well tonight. Lots of energy, lots of intensity, and playing strong in the paint.
At the free throw line, Walter. Walter dribbles all around everybody. Baseline, no room, kicks it back out. And that is Porter. Porter kicks it back out to Walter from the free throw line. Walter thought about it, gave it up to Bonner. Bonner thought about going inside, but that avenue was shut down. And here is Smith. Smith back over this way now for Porter. Into the corner it goes for Bonner. Back out to the top of the key for Smith. Smith back out front this way and inside the perimeter. Shot taken, nothing doing for Mosley. And on the other side, Collinsville takes care of the rebound. Here is Horace bringing it up.
Yeah, nice rebound by 24 Dayton Horse. Collinsville starting to pick up their game with the ball movement and the energy. Hopefully we can close this game out strong the last 6 minutes.
Swaggered out to Moore for three. That was a little strong. Hits the top of the backboard. Graff with the putback.
Baby! The senior Nick Graff plays strong basketball. He's going to have a chance for a three-point play the old-fashioned way.
Foul coming up against O'Fallon. Been a clean played game. That's only the Panthers' third foul.
Yeah, I told you, these referees have something to do after this. They're ready to roll.
Walter has 3 of them, though.
That's impressive.
Well, he's got 3 for the game, not the half, but still, yeah. We didn't have that many fouls in the first half either. A miss there, however, by Nick Graff. We'll give the ball back to O'Fallon after they rebounded. 37-33, Collinsville with a 4-point lead. Here is Smith. Spins his way into the paint, takes the shot, but it won't fall in. Rebound, put back up. I don't even know how Bonner got that ball past Swaggart. He had both of his arms up there to block the way, but he did anyway.
The big, strong move by Bonner, keeping this game close. It should be an action-packed finish to this game, Todd.
Should be. Here's Graff at the free throw line. Hands it off to Horace. Horace drives in from the left side, kicks it into the left-hand corner for Swaggart. Trey back over on that left wing. Picks the ball up, gives it up for Graff. Over on the far side for Moore, into the corner for Horace. Horace tries to bounce his way out, almost ran into a O'Fallon player, literally. Now back over to Moore, who gives to Swaggart. Swaggart saw a little avenue, takes it, can't get it to finish though, and the rebound belongs to O'Fallon. Panthers bring it back up. Here is Bonner. Shoves it in the corner for Porter for 3, and a big 3-point bucket there for Chris Porter.
That is a huge bucket for Porter. You know, Swaggart had a nice lane to the bucket, but the referees have proven tonight you're going to have to finish because they're not going to send you to the free throw line.
1-point lead by O'Fallon. And as soon as Collinsville brings the ball across the line, timeout call. That'll also be considered a masked timeout, so we'll step aside as well. Back in a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
At Visionary Wealth Advisors, we empower you to see your future before it's your future, to create your inheritance, to build your vision, to anticipate the known and unknown, and to find potential in both, and build new dawns. Visionary Wealth Advisors.
Back here at Collinsville High School, Todd Duke, Dr. Chris McCluskey along with you as we have 4:45 left to play here in this fourth quarter, 38-37 in favor of O'Fallon. More history for you. We're going to go back to last year. Collinsville, they were 22-0 to start the season, at 31-3 season last year. 3 losses. The first of those 3 losses happened at O'Fallon on the last day of 2019, 55-41 win. Collinsville would lose 2 more times over the next 5 games. That would be it for their losing streak that year, though. They would put together another 5-game win streak, 3 wins to end the season, 2 wins in the regionals, and then O'Fallon and Collinsville met in that Pekin sectional semifinal at Belleville West. We won that game 62-38. What turned out to be the final game of 2020 for the team and for us on March the 10th. Kahawks were due to play Normal Community West on Friday, March the 13th. Man, I did all my homework. I had my scorecards all laid out. I had my information sheet all ready to go, and it all just never happened.
Yeah, probably robbed of a state championship, most likely. We were playing really well at the end of the year. That game against O'Fallon, so much fun, so much energy. Hate it for those boys, but like anything else, you can either laugh or cry, and we're just going to laugh our way through it, and boys are all doing great things right now.
Oh, they cried first. I know they cried first. Because you saw that team picture of them in that locker room, and they came out and got that picture. There was not.
It was a
there was not one tooth showing in that whole picture.
Rayshawn Taylor spends a fair amount of time at our house, and I couldn't get a smile out of him for at least a week, man. It was a rough go.
Nate Taylor hits a 2-point shot, gets fouled in the process. He's up there and turns it into a 3-point shot. He now has 14 points.
That's Nate Hall. That's Nate Taylor's cousin.
Nate Hall. Did I say Taylor?
Yeah.
Did I? Well, see, you're talking about Rayshawn over here.
There
so.
you go, right.
I had Taylor on the brain all of a sudden, I guess. I don't know. Here's Smith. I got that name right. Smith hands the ball off to Mosley. Mosley over on the far side for Bonner. We are halfway through quarter number 4, and it's a 2-point contest. Collinsville out front by 2. Here is Walter. Walter into the paint. Almost had the ball knocked out of his hands by Swaggart. And then he gets the ball somehow or another over to Mosley. Mosley from the far side to the top of the key, gets it over to Bonner. Bonner underneath the basket for Porter. Porter bounces it back out for Smith. Smith back to Porter in front of his coach. And then Porter into the paint, takes the shot, and gets the friendly roll.
Yeah, nice little left-handed runner by Porter. I tell you, Collinsville got caught sleeping, almost gave up a bucket under the hoop. O'Fallon stayed alive and brings this game to a 40-40 tie.
40 all. 3:20 left to play here in fourth quarter action. Here is Trey Swaggart. Swaggart over this way for Ballinger. Ballinger gets it to Jackson Lee. Lee in front of his dad, head coach Darren Lee. Over to Ballinger. Ballinger back out front for Swaggart. They play catch for a moment. And then they get Chambers in on the action. Back over to Swaggart. Swaggart over to Lee. Lee on that right wing. 3 minutes to play here in the fourth. To Swaggart in the far side corner.
Yeah, at this point in the game, we're going to have to keep the ball in our scorer's hands. You're going to be looking for Swaggart. You're going to be looking for Hall.
That was a large shot from way downtown by Ballinger, and that missed the mark. Rebound belongs to O'Fallon, and a chance for the Panthers to regain the lead. Here's Smith from the corner. He thought about 3.
Yeah, they're shooting some deep shots. Ballinger shot that ball from the farm I was hanging out at last Friday.
Telling you.
Up north of Bethalto. It's going to be mushroom hunting season soon, Todd.
I get Morels. You guys all over that?
Oh yeah, my baby daughter Camden and I. That's our thing. We have such a good time running around the woods, and went up and did a little scouting. Had a great time up there.
So when you bring those home and deep fry them, you got to give me a call, right?
Yes, sir. I'm happy to share. Well, you'll have to run that by Camden Julia McCluskey first.
Of course.
She is the Morel czar of our household. But no, it's a good time of year. The sun's shining, the birds are singing. I love nothing more than to get out to the country and run around the hills and the woods. And it's always glad when friends can join you. And just an exciting time of year.
Looking forward to that, and just warmer weather in general, and of course, baseball season.
But who's asking, right?
No, I know. Nobody's asking. All right. We have 2:36 left to play here in this fourth quarter. We are tied 40-40. This is the, for all intents and purposes, last week of the regular season. Collinsville plays tomorrow at Cahokia. They play here Thursday, and then they close out the season 1 week from tonight. There is a Southwestern Conference tournament, and it's going to work out that the higher seeds will host games. And since Collinsville right now is in the bottom 3, they will not get to host, so we will not have a home game. But that could change if Collinsville could win out the season and maybe overtake somebody there that's in the middle of the pack. First, the number 1 seed will get a bye because there are 7 teams, unless they're going to include Granite City in this Southwestern Conference tournament, but I don't know. Haven't been told the details yet. Here's the dribble drive by Mosley. Baseline shot, no good. Goes off completely over the basket. Falls down into the hands of Nate Hall, and up to Chambers it goes. Chambers gets it back to Ballinger.
Got away with a travel.
Here is Swaggart. Trey Swaggart in front of the scorer's table as we approach 2 minutes to go here in this one. Over to Ballinger. Ballinger gets fouled from behind by Deshaun Mosley. Mosley will pick up his first foul.
Yeah, every possession uber important right now. I mean, the game's tied 40-40. You've only got 2 minutes left. Every dribble, every pass, every shot's going to have to be well thought out. And hopefully the Kahawks can bring home a big W here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium.
Inbound pass will come in from Nate Hall. And it's into Ballinger. Almost threw that one away. Ballinger gives it back to Hall. Excuse me, Hall in the paint, turns around, takes a shot, good for 2.
Man, what a big-time move by the senior. 0 Nate Hall putting his team up by 2 points with 1:47 left.
Here is Jalen Smith for O'Fallon. Smith at the top of the key. Dribbles his way into the perimeter on the right side, gives it up to Walter, bluffs the shot from the free throw line. Back to Smith it goes, back to Walter. And Walter back to Smith again. A lot
Great
of bluffing
defense.
going on there.
Yeah, great defense by the Kahawks. Every time O'Fallon sniffs a bucket, we close the door on him. Timeout, O'Fallon.
Timeout called by Coach Munoz, and we will take a break as well. And we're back in just 30 seconds here on the Kahawk Sports Network.
Looking to buy a new home or sell your current home? Trust the Blaylock Group of eXp Realty with all of your real estate needs. The real estate market is hot right now, and you can trust the years of experience the Blaylock Group brings to the table. The Blaylock Group can help you find your dream home, or they can help you get top dollar for your current home. Give Peyton or Emily Blaylock a call today at the Blaylock Group of eXp Realty, 618-780-4622. That's 618-780-4622. The Blaylock Group of eXp Realty.
Back here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, we are down to 1:27 left to play here in this fourth quarter. Collinsville with a 2-point lead, and O'Fallon with the ball. Here is Smith. Smith brings it back over this way for Bonner. Bonner dribbles and drives just outside the lane, bounces it in the far corner for Mosley. Back to Smith. Smith drives, and no shot
on the floor.
And the foul is on the floor, and I believe this one's going to go against Nate Hall, and it is. Hall will pick up his first.
It's actually not terrible. Collinsville has fouls to give, right? If we can let him burn some clock, maybe foul him in the front court. Not a bad strategy by the Kahawks.
Yep, only the third team foul given up, and now a whistle before we really got anything going on.
I said we had fouls to give. I don't know if we want to give them up that quick.
No. Trey
Right.
Swaggart gets pegged for his second. And the fourth now for Collinsville. Inbound pass comes into Bonner. Bonner gets it out front to Smith. Smith into the lane, and here comes Walter. Dribble drive, good for two.
Darren Lee's fit to be tied. You cannot give up an uncontested layup up two with a minute left. Man, oh man. But at the end of the day, here comes the Kahawks. Trey Swaggart bringing the ball up the court. 50 seconds left. You're going to see a timeout by Coach Darren Lee.
Yeah, we're not going anywhere. We're going to stay right here with this timeout.
Yeah, Darren just needs to blow off some steam right now after that uncontested layup. But not a bad idea. Collinsville's going to have the ball on the probably out by the hash mark. On a half court, you're going to see the senior Kyle Moore and the junior Dayton Horace come in. Great ball handlers. Kyle Moore can shoot the rock. Dayton Horace can get to the rim. I like the lineup that Coach Darren Lee's elected to put on the floor right now.
50.7 seconds left to play here in this fourth quarter, 42-42. So you know Collinsville would love to be able to chew up that time. But when you're talking about chewing time off the clock, man, 50 seconds is a lot.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, you have to score at the end of the day, right? Because if you get too caught up trying to hold the ball, you can end up turning it over. So I think you're going to see a lot of ball movement. I think you're going to see the ball being reversed quite a bit, and we're going to look for some little backdoor dump down in the paint. Utilize the big man Nate Hall. I'm not sure. Looks like we've got 4 guards and Nate Hall coming onto the floor. So you're probably going to see a Kyle Moore 3. You're going to see Nate Hall in the paint or Dayton Horace driving the ball. And as we know, Travion Swaggart can score anywhere on the court. So I like where we're going with this.
Very, very true. Inbound pass will come in front of Stacy Sulky. And it'll be triggered by Nate Hall.
Yeah, big prayers to Stacy. She's got some health stuff going on, and they're going to take care of her, I think, Friday this week. So everybody out there in Kahawk Nation, send your love and prayers to our friend Stacy Sulky.
Purple hearts everywhere. Here is Hall over to Ballinger. Ballinger dribbles away from the scorer's table toward midcourt. O'Fallon on man-to-man. Here is Swaggart. Drives, baseline, shot off the glass, won't go. Gets his own rebound, puts it up, still won't go. And the rebound belongs to O'Fallon.
Oh, boy, let's see if we can make a defensive stand with 20 seconds left. O'Fallon's surely going to play for the last shot.
Oh, yeah. And now Coach Muniz wants a timeout. We're not going anywhere, folks. I'm not going to take a timeout and then have a commercial be playing when they come back, so we'll keep it right here. As I mentioned, basketball season almost ready to close out, man. We have, I think it's a week from today. It's the 9th, and that is the start of soccer season. The boys open up their delayed soccer season at Edwardsville next Tuesday night, and so far we are not allowed to go to away venues to live stream games, so we're not sure right now if Edwardsville has anything set up on their football field to live stream with, but I've already talked to Coach Smith, and he said, nope, as of right now, we're not allowed to go on the road, so we're going to have to just wait for things to come to us, and we'll see. It'll be, I think, a week from Thursday is the first home game against Belleville East, so we'll definitely be there for that.
I got a message from a parent and said, what's worse than kids playing sports outdoors in a mask?
I know.
My goodness. But I'll tell you what, a lot of exciting things to look forward to in Collinsville's soccer program. You know, the underclassmen, this freshman class, everybody's excited about, not only in basketball, baseball, football, but apparently the boys played in some tournament up at the indoor facility and won the championship Sunday night. So they are jacked for the high school soccer season.
They
Should
are
be exciting.
ready to go. We got girls volleyball that'll start the following week after the boys soccer season tips off. And boys volleyball was supposed to start last year, but that got wiped out. So they're going to start this year. But again, just like last year, it's only going to be JV until they get all the kinks worked out. And as we mentioned earlier, we have fouls to give. Swaggart gives another one. That's his third.
So we've got one more to give. You just can't give up a three-point play.
No.
Right? You can't foul on a bucket. Can't give up a three-pointer. Worst case, well, actually, it's tied. It doesn't matter. I was thinking we were up 2.
Oh. Nate Hall barely touched Jalen Smith while Jalen was tiptoeing right across that mid-court line.
That would have been an over and back.
Yep.
And unfortunately, Nate was just playing aggressive defense. You can't fault him for that.
Nope.
Here comes O'Fallon with 14.7 left to see if they can pull ahead by 2 points to end the game here.
Well, they go all the way in the backcourt, so they're going to chew off some time as they bring that ball up. And here is Deshaun Mosley. Mosley gets it over to Smith. Smith dribbles, drives, and looks for the baseline. Can't do it. Dumps it off. That was to Bonner. That was almost turned over. At the buzzer, a shot no good. And we will go to overtime.
Yeah, great defensive stand by Collinsville Kahawks. O'Fallon was unable to get a quality shot off. That is a big-time defensive stand by our Collinsville Kahawks.
We'll take a break here as we head into overtime, and we're back in just a moment here on the Kahawk Sports Network.
Just because we're adults doesn't mean we don't have toys, am I right? If your adult toys consist of boats, campers, or RVs, then you need to call the GASA storage team of professionals. Winter weather in the Midwest can be quite harsh, and finding a place to properly store those expensive toys for winter can be just as rough as a Midwest winter. That's where the GASA storage team comes in, with outdoor self-storage and covered storage for your toys. They even have tractor-trailer parking, conveniently located at Horseshoe Lake Road and 111 in Pontoon Beach. GASA Storage, for the safe storage of all of your toys. Contact the GASA Storage team, gasastorage@gmail.com, or call today. GASA Storage Team, 61.
.42. 4 quarters of basketball wasn't enough. So we're going to play an extra quarter, well, an extra half a quarter anyway. 4 minutes put up on the board to begin overtime. And we'll see how this extra stanza goes.
I think Collinsville's outplayed O'Fallon, most of the minutes this evening. So I think OT favors Collinsville. But again, 4 minutes, it goes by pretty quickly. So you're only going to see a few more buckets scored. So every possession is going to be uber important for both teams.
We're underway in the overtime period. And here is Deshaun Mosley. Mosley over to the top of the key now for Porter. Porter will hand the ball off to Smith. Smith skirts the free throw line, gives it back up now for Bonner. Bonner over on the left wing. Thought about shooting that ball, but then thought better of it. Now from the free throw line, a little offset shot, no good, and the rebound ends up into the hands of Trey Swaggart.
That's right. Every time you say the name Smith, it makes me think of Edwardsville.
I know. Oh, okay.
You know what I mean, with all those Smiths up there.
Oh, yeah.
But at any rate, here comes Collinsville. Nate Hall fakes a three-pointer.
Over to Ballinger. Ballinger now on the right wing. Top of the key for Kyle Moore for three. Oh, that one looked good when it left his hands, but there's Nate Hall with the rebound off the glass for two.
Credit Travion Swaggart for keeping that ball alive. He tips the hands into the senior. Nate Hall kisses it off the glass to put Collinsville up by 2, and a minute's already come off the clock.
Yeah. 1 minute ticked away, 3 minutes to go. Here is Smith. Smith gives the ball up to Bonner. Bonner to Walter, and Walter near the free throw line, gives it up, and Porter almost had that one bounce off of his chin, and luckily he stayed with it. Now Porter with a little baby hook shot won't work. Chambers is there with the loose rebound, and Collinsville brings the ball back up. Already up by 2, the K-Hawks are. 2:40 left to play here in this overtime period. Here is Ballinger over on the far side for Nate Hall. Hall dribbles, drives, left hand, bounce ball. Oh, man, that was I don't know if he might have been able to take that one all the way to the hoop.
Yeah, you know what, though? I think Collinsville's looking to not be, too impatient. Looks like we're running our 5 out. Travion Swaggart with the ball. The referee's got to count.
And now a whistle will stop the action.
Looks like Panthers had a foul to give. Now both teams will be in a bonus situation, so fouls matter all of a sudden at this point.
Third foul for Jalen Smith. And the inbound pass will come in from Nate Hall. Referee keeps on saying, move closer to me, son. Inbound pass from Hall comes into Chambers. Chambers at the baseline. Bounces his way out of it. Gives it up to Ballinger. Ballinger got pushed out of bounds by Deshaun Mosley. Mosley will pick up his second foul, and that's the team's 7th. So now it's free throw time, and this is where things get important, man. When you're giving these free shots, you got to hit them, and here comes Caleb Ballinger to the free throw line for the first time tonight. Caleb comes in having hit 10 of 16 free throws before this particular trip to the charity stripe.
You know what they say in basketball, layups and free throws, win or lose games.
That they do. Ballinger hits it.
That boy's got ice running through his veins tonight with 2 minutes left. Every shot is a big shot. And, when it's a charity stripe at this point, you just got to step up there and knock them down.
Yeah. Ballinger hits both. That's what you need to do. Exactly what you need to do.
Nice and relaxed. I love his demeanor. No sweat, no worries. Here comes Collinsville to make another big attempt at a defensive stand.
Jalen Smith brings it into the perimeter, takes a shot from there and hits it.
Man, that was a forced shot, but, man, way to step up and knock down a 2-point bucket to bring his team within 2.
Here is Swaggart. Gets caught in the backcourt by a double team. Gets it over to Ballinger. Ballinger across the way to Chambers. Chambers hands the ball back off to Ballinger. And Ballinger throws it back out front in front of the scorer's table for Nate Hall. Hall right at midcourt for Trey Swaggart. Swaggart skirts the line, brings it up, almost loses his footing. Now he's triple teamed, and a tip into the backcourt. Ballinger underneath, and it's Chambers off the glass. Can't get it to go because he's fouled.
Oh, my. Kyle Moore
He was wide open, man.
Easy bucket, gives it up to Chambers, and not much of an attempt to make the shot, but at least he got fouled. Let's see if the big fella can step up and knock down a couple free throws.
Fourth foul on Kendall Walter. And what are we doing? All right, so when we have a 4-minute period, we have a mass timeout after 2 minutes. So we'll just
makes perfect sense. Todd.
We'll just
Very
keep it
logical.
right here. We'll just keep it right here. How about that? And sometimes I just don't know what to say.
It's probably better that I don't say much at all except commenting on the basketball game. I got to tell you, it's just, I don't know. Whatever. We'll get past it. We're going to come back bigger and better and stronger. And at least the kids are getting to play some hoops. And we're going to have some soccer and some baseball. We're going to have some football. We're going to have some volleyball. Kids are going to have a good time this year.
Yeah, football gets underway on March the 19th at Triad. How about that? Football in March.
I'm
I'll
not
take it.
surprised with anything.
Yeah.
We thought 2020, but now 2021's offering more oddities.
Yes, the oddities. That's it. Oddities.
1
year straight of nothing but oddities.
Stranger things. I've said for months now, welcome to the Twilight Zone.
Here's how we got here, folks. 12-6 after 1 quarter of play. Collinsville had the 6-point lead. They were then outscored 15-14 in the second period, so they took a 5-point lead into the locker rooms, and then O'Fallon kind of took it to the Collinsville Kahawks in both the third and the fourth, outscoring Collinsville 10-7 in the third quarter. So Collinsville had a 2-point lead, and that lead was erased after O'Fallon outscored the Kahawks 11-9 in that fourth quarter, and that's why we entered overtime, tied at 42, but right now Collinsville back to a 2-point lead and to the free throw line. It is Josh Chambers looking for his first points in this game tonight, and having hit 6 of 14 from the free throw line previous to this trip. Good.
Attaboy, Big 40 steps up, knocks a bucket down off the back of the iron. He's going to have a chance to make this a two-possession game for the Collinsville Kahawks, which would be huge.
Sure would be. Chambers. Didn't hit the second one, though. Rebound belongs to number 4, Jalen Smith. And Smith gives the ball up now for Mosley. Mosley already across the timeline. We're down to 1:15 to play here in this first overtime. Here is Smith. Smith traveled. What was that?
Holy
that was like
cow.
a running back getting the football.
Wow. He had the ball tucked.
He did.
And
That's what
everything.
I was saying.
That's incredible.
Man. Here is Smith, and he takes a shot, no good. Ballinger there with the rebound, so no harm, no foul. Oh, now we have a harm and a foul.
The little guard, Caleb Ballinger, boxes out. I haven't seen a high school kid box out in a long time, Todd. That was incredible.
We just talked about that.
I did, and Ballinger delivers. I mean, he had his guy pinned, comes up with a huge rebound, and let's see if he can put this game out of reach for the O'Fallon Panthers and send them home with the big L.
Fourth foul for Latrell Bonner. 19 fouls, so 1-and-1 time. Next foul will give Collinsville 2 shots every time they go to the charity stripe. 59.1 second left on the clock, and Ballinger couldn't hit the front end of a 1-and-1, so he doesn't get the back end, and the rebound belongs to O'Fallon, and they bring it up with a chance to tie with a 3-point shot. Here is Jalen Smith. Smith brings it around into the slot area, now works as well over to the left wing. And
at
back
this point,
over this
you
way
almost
for
guard
Bonner.
the perimeter and let him take a layup eventually.
Bonner back out front now for Mosley. Mosley will launch a 3. That's good. Mosley, that's his first points since the first half, and the only thing he had in the first half was 3 3-pointers.
It's so frustrating. I mean, why do you have defenders even inside the circle when you're up 3 with 30 seconds left? The only thing you don't give up is a 3-pointer. Collinsville makes a mistake that I hope doesn't prove to be fatal. The good news is we get the ball back coming down the other way with a chance to win this ball game.
30.8 seconds to play in this overtime. It's been a fun game, back and forth. Collinsville owned most of the first half. They didn't relinquish the lead until late in the second half, and or not late in the second quarter, excuse me. And then O'Fallon and Collinsville has been going back and forth ever since then.
Yeah, it has been an exciting game. The second half started a little sluggish, not a lot of scoring, but both teams picked up intensity towards the end of the third quarter. And we've had an action-packed, very entertaining game. Hope you all out there in Kahok country are enjoying our broadcast, and make sure to tune in through the rest of the year. Todd does a great job of bringing many different sports to you all, at home on your phones or TVs or iPads or whatever. So I want to thank Todd for all he does for Kahok Athletics.
Well, thank you very much, sir. Appreciate that. All right, here we go. 30.8 left on the clock. And Nate Hall is going to inbound, and Collinsville will have to travel the length of the court. They do so to Ballinger. Ballinger brings it up. No pressure in the backcourt, so O'Fallon's going to go back and play some defense. Here is Ballinger. He brings it up into the slot. And over on the far side, he finds Travion Swaggart at midcourt. Swaggart hands it off to Ballinger. Ballinger scoots across the line and gives it to Swaggart. We're down to 10 seconds. Top of the key, Kyle Moore lost the handle on the ball, and here comes a pass to Smith. Smith is going to get fouled by Kyle Moore, and O'Fallon's going to have to try to win this one at the free throw line.
Man, Collinsville turns the ball over with 8 seconds left. And, Smith was out of control going out of bounds. There was no reason to make contact. But at any rate, let's do our no free throw dance, right?
All right.
Maybe Smith will bang a couple off the back of the iron, and we'll have a chance to make a last-second shot.
Smith, just a 40% free throw shooter on the year, and
comes up short.
Comes up a little short. This is his first trip to the free throw line here in this game. So big rebound time here if there's a miss.
Man, I call timeout if I'm Darren Lee.
Yeah, he
there
is.
he is. There it is. He knows more about basketball than I do, that's for
He
sure.
knows more about basketball than the two of us put together.
That's for certain. Yeah, this is called icing the shooter. And, you know, with Smith being a 40% free throw shooter, I feel good about our chances.
Yeah, I mean, you know, if he makes it, you've got 2.5 seconds to move down the court and do something about it. If he misses it, well, you can hold on to the ball and go for another overtime. But if he makes it, then you've just got so little time left to come down and try to win that sucker on probably what's going to end up being a half-court shot.
Correct. And probably Darren Lee right now is drawing up some kind of a play to where if we get a defensive rebound, you're probably going to see a baseball pass with a couple of wide receivers.
Yeah.
You know, flanking the sidelines to at least have a chance at maybe a deep three-pointer.
2.5 left, 47-47.
Chad Burgess down there DJing some hot tunes here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. Too bad we don't have our little buddies dancing again tonight. Those guys were entertaining. Huh?
Yeah. Is that Eddie Murphy? Party all the time?
Oh, boy.
I don't know. I have no idea. I can't remember.
Oh, boy. So did they check Chad's temperature on his way
Coming
in?
to America is coming back out next week.
Oh, that's a tall order.
All right, Jalen Smith has one more shot coming in this way in a tied game with 2.5 seconds to go. Shot on the way, and it's going to fall through.
Rolls in.
So 2.5 seconds left for Collinsville, and the Kahawks call another timeout as they'll try to reset that inbound pass with a little less pressure being put on them than having to get it in within that 5 seconds after it snakes through.
Yeah, we sent Jackson Lee flanking down the sideline. Nate Hall was set up for a baseball pass. Jackson Lee was covered well. Coach Darren Lee elects to take a well-timed timeout. Collinsville is going to have the ball down 1 point, 47-48, with 2.5 to play in the first overtime here on an action-packed Tuesday night.
It is action-packed. Bon Jovi.
Little Bon Jovi. I just get a wink from Chad Burgess over the Bon Jovi to bring in the last possession of this overtime.
Well, we wanted a nice, exciting game. We're getting one all the way down to the final buzzer in the regular fourth quarter action, and here we are in the overtime period, and this one's going to go right down to the buzzer as well.
There has been no shortage of entertainment here tonight. Both teams have put on a nice display, great sportsmanship. This is what athletics is all about. Great to see out of both clubs.
All right, so Collinsville has to drive the length of the court, and instead of Nate Hall triggering the inbound pass, it's going to be Kyle Moore. And now Coach Munez wants to call a timeout, so we get to listen to some more Bon Jovi.
There we go. And yeah, of course he's playing Living on a Prayer, right?
Right.
Yeah, because Collinsville needs a prayer with 2.5 left to go.
Think he did that on purpose?
Down a bucket. I know Chad Burgess pretty well. He doesn't do much on accident.
Yeah, well, he found something else to play. All right.
Stand up and shout.
48-47 is where we are. 1 point lead for the O'Fallon Panthers, looking for their fourth win on the season. Their 3 wins, 2 of them have come against Alton, and the other one has come against Madison. Collinsville also beat Alton twice, and they have beaten Madison. You throw in Metro East Lutheran and O'Fallon wins in there as well, and that's why Collinsville comes in with a couple more wins than the O'Fallon Panthers. O'Fallon, by the way, that win over Alton Saturday afternoon, 72-54.
Oh, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alton's down.
Yeah, they're 0-8 on the year, so they're having a year they'd probably just rather forget about.
Cameron Edwards was their best player. He moved to Kansas.
Swaggart inbounds, does so to Kyle Moore, and a shot near the buzzer, and no good.
And really didn't need to take the shot. I mean, you know, the ball had hit the rim before the buzzer went off. He could have easily driven down and shot a three-pointer. Frustrating loss by the Kahawks.
48-47 ends up being our final score as we transition now to the Chiropractic Works post-game show, and the owner of that fine establishment is standing right next to me, and he'll tell you all about it.
Hey, thanks, Todd. So Chiropractic Works here in Collinsville, Illinois, located on the Beltline. Our goal is to help as many people live as high a quality of life for as long as possible without the use of drugs and surgery. We specialize in family wellness care. I'm also the Director of Sports Medicine at Next Level Performance Institute up in Edwardsville. If you have any ailments you'd like to see an improved quality of life, feel free to give us a call, 618-343-3602, or you can find us at www.chiropracticworkscollinsville.com. Thank you for allowing us to be the post-game sponsor. We appreciate it, and we'll look forward to joining you in the booth on our next broadcast.
That would be Thursday against Granite City. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
I'll be here, baby. Thank you.
All right. That is Dr. Chris McCluskey, the owner of Chiropractic Works. We thank him for hanging out with us and being our color commentary guy and, of course, one of our sponsors. And the post-game show comes your way
next.
As
the Director
of
Sports Medicine at Next Level Performance Institute, I oversee the care of all of our athletes, many high school, collegiate, and professional. Our goal is to help athletes stay on the field and maximize their performance. We have state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment where we can actually perform testing to get to the root cause of problems that could be getting in the way of athletic performance. When it comes to taking care of athletes, we take a full-body approach, whether it's musculoskeletal ailments, nutritional issues, organic issues such as headaches, sinuses, digestive issues. We have advanced training to where we can remedy health issues and return that athlete to play as quickly as possible. If you or your athlete are dealing with any kind of nagging sports injury and would like to see if we can possibly help, feel free to give us a call or come by the office anytime.
The reviews are in. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville is a hit in the Metro East. Folks both local and just visiting the area are calling Old Herald Brewery and Distillery a must-stop destination in Collinsville. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville is located at 115 East Clay Street in Collinsville and is home to one of the only restaurants in the state with their own brewery and distillery that produces some of the best brews and spirits in the industry. And the food? All created by an in-house chef using local ingredients that will please any palate. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville has daily specials for both inside diners as well as offering curbside pickup specials and family-size specials. And don't forget to take home a bottle or a growler of beers brewed on site at Old Herald Brewery and Distillery. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville. Check their Facebook page for daily specials, online ordering at oldheraldbrewery.com, or give them a call at 855-8027.
Ogle Auctions in Collinsville, the newest in online auctioning. Go to ogleauctionshighbid.com. That's HIBid.com to check out what's up for bid in the next auction. Ogle Auctions deals with everyday items like board games, t-shirts, and more, to collectibles, whether that is a vehicle, vinyl records, or vintage toys. Or how about a trolley car? And Ogle Auctions is always on the lookout for more items. Check out their next online auction at ogleauctionshighbid.com. That's ogleauctionshibid.com. Or call Kim Ogle today at 618-980-4530.
Just because you can cut your own hair doesn't mean you should. The Shop, a great place in Collinsville for men and boys haircuts, is where you should take your hair. The Shop is owned and operated by Collinsville High School graduates Danny Kress and Jody Neiman, and is located at 103 South Seminary Street in Uptown Collinsville. The Shop isn't just another place to get a haircut, as Danny and Jody take great joy in getting to know their clients and look forward to turning those clients into friends. When you sit in a stylish chair at the Shop, Jody and Danny pride themselves on getting to know you well enough to say, the usual? So, men and boys, if you're tired of the same old cookie-cutter approach to haircuts, check out Danny and Jody at the Shop. You may just walk out with not only a fantastic cut, but you may also walk out with a friend. Or two. The Shop in Collinsville, 618-772-7175. No appointment necessary. The Shop, 103 South Seminary in Uptown Collinsville.
As the Director of Sports Medicine at Next Level Performance Institute, I oversee the care of all of our athletes, many high school, collegiate, and professional. Our goal is to help athletes stay on the field and maximize their performance. We have state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment where we can actually perform testing to get to the root cause of problems that could be getting in the way of athletic performance. When it comes to taking care of athletes, we take a full-body approach, Whether it's musculoskeletal ailments, nutritional issues, organic issues such as headaches, sinuses, digestive issues, we have advanced training to where we can remedy health issues and return that athlete to play as quickly as possible. If you or your athlete are dealing with any kind of nagging sports injury and would like to see if we can possibly help, feel free to give us a call or come by the office anytime.
And once again, we welcome you back to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium here at Collinsville High School. Tough loss for the boys tonight, 48-47 in overtime. Panthers end up winning their 4th game in a row. Collinsville drops to 5-7 on the year, and now Collinsville in the midst of a 3-game losing streak. 12-6 Collinsville after 1 quarter of play. They led by 6, and only 1 point trimmed off of that in the second after O'Fallon outscored Collinsville 15-14, so it was 26-21. Collinsville led by 5 points after 1 half of play. Kahok still had the lead by 2 after a 10-7 third quarter in favor of O'Fallon. It was 33-31. O'Fallon did it again in the 4th quarter. They needed to outscore Collinsville by 2 points to tie it up. That's exactly what they did, outscoring Collinsville 11-9, so 42-42. After regulation, we went to overtime, and in overtime, O'Fallon outscores Collinsville 6-5, 48-47. Is our final score. Leading scorer in this one was on the losing side. That's Nate Hall. He knocked down 18 points for Collinsville, 10 points for Trey Swaggart, the only 2 into double digits for Collinsville. After that, 7 points for Caleb Ballinger, 5 points for Nick Graff, 3 for Dayton Horace and Kyle Moore, and 1 for Josh Chambers. For the O'Fallon Panthers, they had one guy, make that 2. Jalen Smith, 13 points into double digits. Deshaun Mosley right behind him with 12 points. 8 points for Latrell Bonner. 7 for Chris Porter. 4 for Kendall Walter. And then 2 each for Scott and Tate. The rebound battle was won by Collinsville 22-20. Each team turned the ball over 8 times. And from the free throw lines, Collinsville hit 10 of 17. Could have used a few more of those late in that 4th quarter or even in overtime. While O'Fallon didn't do too bad from the line. They went 5 of 6. Each team took 12 3-point shots in this game. Collinsville hit 4 of them, while O'Fallon hit 5. JV boys won earlier here tonight. They are now 12-0 on the year, 59-43. The JV girls and the varsity girls were playing at O'Fallon High School. JV girls lost 52-23, and the varsity counterparts taking on the 13th ranked O'Fallon Lady Panthers at the Panther Dome, lost 58-32. That is going to do it for us from here tonight. Big thank you to Glenn Woodcock, who helped me get all this huddle camera stuff online and helped me get the audio synced up to it, because when we first started, we were a couple of seconds behind the actual play, so we figured out how to move things along. As you can tell, the camera moves back and forth when it doesn't know what it's doing. There's no play going on, so we appreciate his help. Another big thank you to Dr. Chris McCluskey for joining us on the other microphone. And both of us will be back Thursday evening as Collinsville welcomes Granite City to town for senior night, 6 p.m. varsity and 7:30 or thereabouts after with the varsity contest. My name is Todd Duke, and until Thursday evening, everyone have yourselves a fantastic evening.